a pizza that had provided Hannah's unexpected slice of sausage. Both women watched as Bridget, who was known for her fiery Irish temper, veered off toward the big, round booth in the corner where Ronni Ward was holding court. Ronni was flanked by 4 of Lake Eden's most successful males. Mayor Bascom and Bank President Doug Grierson were seated on her left. Al Percy of Lake Eden Realty and Bert Kuhn, co-owner of Bertinelli's, were seated on her right. Everyone had thought that Ronni was gone for good last winter when she got engaged and moved in with her fiancé to help him run his fitness center in Elk River. But Ronni and the man she'd promised to marry had broken it off. And, as Hannah and Andrea's grandmother had been fond of saying, the bad penny had turned up in Lake Eden again. Bill, who was a soft touch for a sob story, had rehired Ronni as the fitness instructor at the sheriff's department, and the word on the Lake Eden gossip hotline was that Ronni was flirting heavily, or perhaps even more, with the deputies at the sheriff's station, regardless of their marital status. Unable to live on the small salary the sheriff's department paid her, Ronni had found a part-time job at Heavenly Bodies, the new fitness spa at the Tri-County Mall. Her track record there appeared to be more of the same. She'd sold more memberships than anyone else on the staff, but the members she'd signed were almost all male. Several local wives weren't happy about their husband's resolve to get into shape by joining one of Ronnie's exercise classes or hiring her as their personal fitness coach after hours. "Here comes Cyril," Hannah said, as Bridget's husband attempted and failed to intercept his wife before she reached Ronnie's table. The 2 sisters watched for a moment. At first, only words were exchanged, but with each salvo, Bridget's frown grew fiercer, and Ronnie's scowl etched deeper. "What's happening?" Bill asked, tapping his wife on the shoulder. "Ronni Ward's arguing with Bridget Murphy, but Cyril's there and he's trying to break it up." Almost simultaneously, Bill and Mike reached for another piece of pizza. Hannah thought she knew what was running through their minds. Bertinelli's had the best pizza in Minnesota. If Bill and Mike had to leave to break up a catfight between Ronni Ward and Bridget Murphy, they wanted to finish their lunch first. "Bridget doesn't look happy," Andrea went on with her running commentary. Hannah watched Bridget's husband put himself in what might be harm's way to block Bridget's access to Ronni. The women's voices became louder, and Bill reached for a final piece of pizza. "What's happening now?" "I think it's almost over," Andrea told him. "Cyril's got Bridget in one of those holds you see on the wrestling channel, and he's hauling her away. I wonder what set her off." "Ronni did," Hannah thought, but she didn't say it. She's enough to set any woman off. "I wonder if Ellie knows where Bert is," Hannah speculated. "She knows. She's over there at the kitchen door just staring at Bert. If looks could kill, Bert would be a statistic. One of these days Ronni is going to get hers, and it won't be pretty." "Right," Hannah said, and then she leaned across the table and lowered her voice. "I just hope I'm there to see it." "Me too. Maybe someone ought to call Stephanie Bascom and Sally Percy and Amalia Grierson and invite them to come out here for lunch." "You wouldn't," Hannah said, giving her sister a long, hard look. "Probably not. But it's fun to think about what would happen if somebody— Uh-oh! Bridget got loose!" Both sisters watched anxiously as Bridget raced back toward Ronnie's table. Cyril looked dazed, and Hannah had a sneaking suspicion that Bridget had bitten him on the shoulder, since he was rubbing it through his shirt. It took him a moment to recover, and that gave Bridget time to reach her goal. Once she arrived, red-faced and panting, she hurtled herself at Ronni and grabbed her by the hair.